The hearing room was thick with tension. Cameras lined the walls, journalists hunched over notepads, and the public gallery buzzed with anticipation. It was supposed to be another routine day in Washington, another committee hearing filled with sharp exchanges and long-winded speeches. But the moment Congressman Byron Donalds leaned forward, smirking as he adjusted his microphone, the room felt like it was bracing for a fight. Across from him sat Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, her posture calm, her eyes locked on him with quiet focus. She knew exactly what was coming. She had been underestimated before, written off as too new, too bold, too unpolished. And men like Byron Donalds thrived on underestimation. Donalds cleared his throat, his voice carrying a polished confidence. "Congresswoman Crockett," he began, stretching out her title as though it were a formality he barely respected. "You've been in office for less than a term, and yet here you are speaking as though you've solved the nation's problems already. Tell us, do you truly think your limited experience qualifies you to sit here lecturing seasoned lawmakers on constitutional matters?" His words landed like a trap meant to box her in, to paint her as small, unworthy, naive. The room reacted immediately. Some chuckled under their breath, others exchanged looks as if waiting for her to fumble. The smirk on Donald's face said it all. He thought he'd won before she even opened her mouth. But Jasmine Crockett did not fumble. She leaned forward, folded her hands, and in that stillness, everyone knew she was about to strike. Her voice came soft at first, deliberate. "Congressman Donalds, you confuse years with wisdom." The room froze. The sentence hung in the air like lightning before thunder. Simple, direct, devastating. Reporters' pens stopped mid-stroke, the smirk slid from Donald's face, and the audience murmured with shock. Crockett let the silence stretch, then continued, her voice growing stronger. "I don't measure leadership by how long someone has warmed a seat in Congress. I measure it by whether they've listened to the people who put them here. You've had years, Congressman, yet families in your district still can't afford health care. You've had years, yet schools remain underfunded. You've had years, yet working-class people still wait for promises you never kept. So tell me, what exactly have your years given them?" "Because my months have given people a voice they've long been denied." The chamber erupted, not with noise but with energy. Even those who disagreed with her could feel the force of her words. Donalds, usually quick to fire back, struggled to find footing. He shifted in his chair, his voice faltering as he tried to cut in. Now, Congresswoman, that's not." But Jasmine wasn't done. She raised a hand slightly, commanding the room. "Experience doesn't make you qualified, results do, and when people ask me what I've done, I don't point to years, I point to lives changed." That was the breaking point. Cameras zoomed in on Donald's face, his practiced confidence gone, replaced by a rare look of unease. He had come armed with a trap, but it was he who was caught, ensnared by the truth spoken in one sentence that stripped his argument bare: "You confuse years with wisdom." After the hearing, clips of the moment flooded social media. That one line, just 7 words, spread like wildfire. People printed it on posters, shared it in classrooms, tweeted it under photos of their own struggles. It wasn't just about Crockett versus Donalds. It was about every person who had ever been told they were too young, too new, or too inexperienced to matter. Commentators called it a turning point. A freshman congresswoman humbled a seasoned politician with one sentence, one headline read. Another, "Crockett's line resonates with a generation." For Jasmine Crockett, it wasn't about going viral or scoring political points. It was about standing her ground, about reminding the room and the nation that lived experience, courage, and compassion can weigh more than decades of empty rhetoric. And as the story spread, millions who had been underestimated in their own lives felt something shift. Because if one woman, calm and steady, could dismantle arrogance with a single sentence, then maybe, just maybe, they could find their own voices too. In the end, the hearing would be remembered not for Byron Donalds' attempt to trap her, but for Jasmine Crockett's unshakable response, the one that left a man speechless, a room silent, and a country inspired.